All right. Hey, so today we're going to talk about condo fees. Nobody likes them. Everybody hates them. And they're always a ripoff, right? Well, that may not really be the case. We're going to take a deep dive today. Take a look. What is it? What are you getting? What are you paying for? And what does it cost to not have that condo fee taking care of stuff for you? And we're going to get started right now. Okay, so what exactly is a condominium? A condominium is either a building or a group of buildings where each individual unit is individually owned and the common areas are jointly owned. That's what a condominium is. Now, obviously, if you have a jointly owned area, there's a good portion of that that needs to be paid for by the collective group. Okay, so imagine you have a building, you got 10 units in it, that's built up as a condo. It's got a single roof on it. The roof has to be maintained by all 10 units, so obviously you're going to pay in over time to maintain that roof. Same with siding, maintaining the lawn. There's any common areas, maybe you have a pool or a gym or maybe a parking lot. All of those things do cost money to maintain. So let's take a look. We're going to compare my house. I live in a single family home. I don't have an HOA. And I don't have a condo. HOA is a homeowners association. So I don't have either one of those. I pay for everything myself. So what do I need to do? Well, first off, let's take a look at my lawn. I used to mow my lawn myself and now I pay somebody else. Now there's a cost there. It's either time or money. Or maybe you got your 16-year-old that goes off and does it, and that's great, but it still takes somebody some time, and you're still paying for the gas and the lawnmower and sharpening the blade and all that other stuff, right? Well, in my case, I choose not to do it because I have multiple reasons, but I pay somebody else to do it. And what do I pay? I pay Jeff and his dad $45 every week to 2 weeks, depending on the time of the year, to come over and mow the lawn. And in the end, it ends up being about $600 a year. If it's like 15 trims, 15 cuts, hey, that's what it comes out to, right? 10 times 45 is 450. Add another half, it's 600, maybe even a little bit more. But we're going to round down and say it's $600 to maintain my lawn for that. The other thing I do is I fertilize my lawn. I treat it for, I do put the nice stuff on to make the lawn look green. Well, I hire a service for that because I'm not that good at it. And they actually charge me quite a bit. My lawn looks amazing. And they charge me about $600 a year. It's $50 every month for the folks at Agronomic Lawn Management, ALM, to come over and do my lawn. Now, you don't have to pay $50 a month. You can pay a lot less. And actually you can pay more too, but that's the level that I chose, and they come out quite a bit, and they're really taking care of my lawn, and it looks amazing. It looks really, really good. So I choose to pay for that. There's another $600, right? Now, if you're in a condo association, you may not have a lawn to mow, or you might, but guess what? You don't have to do it, and they're going to pay somebody to do it. You're not going to have the tenants, all 10 of those units, grouping together and saying, hey, it's your turn to mow the lawn and your turn to take out the trash. It's not like chore duty. You're going to pay somebody and you're going to contract it. And so that comes at a cost. They're going to negotiate the cost, and they're going to spread it amongst the units, and they're going to spread it over a year if they're budgeting properly. Now, you as an individual homeowner, not in a condo, you can choose not to do that. You can choose not to even maintain your house. I don't have to mow my lawn. I mean, I could let it get to 2 feet high and look like junk. I could choose not to fertilize it. I could choose to just have weeds out there. And I could save $1,200 a year by making my lawn look like junk, right? I choose not to do that. And most condos look pretty nice because they maintain it as well. So you got to ask yourself, do you live in a single family house looking to save the money and not pay the condo fee? Where are you going to save it? Are you going to do the lawn yourself? Great. You just saved yourself about $600 a year, but you also cost yourself probably 2 hours every Saturday during the summertime and the winter. And don't forget to seed in September and October, because that's the time in this area that you need to seed. Fertilize in the spring. There's a lot of things that you have to do. The next one to consider is water and sewer bill. Now, I'm in a single family home. I don't have an HOA or condo. I pay my water and sewer bill every quarter. That's how we're billed here in Hampton Roads. I'm billed quarterly. This last quarter was $250. The one prior to that was $233. And the one before that was, look out, $741. Why was it so high? Well, we kind of missed a payment. Credit card got stolen. We had to cancel it. We missed a payment. It was mayhem. But in the end, we had to pay 6 months of water, and it was $740. What's the end result? Holy cow! You add that up, it's about $1,200. So about $1,200 a year for water at my single-family house. I live in a 4-bedroom house. We got 3 people living here, and holy cow, we spend $100 a month on water and sewer. And the sprinkler system is well water, so it's not the sprinkler that's costing that, right? So $100 a month, $1,200 a year. Okay, so far we've got the lawn, we got fertilizing, and now we got water and sewer. In between all of those, we are now at $200 a month, $2,400 a year for those three things, between lawn care and water sewer. Most condos will take care of all of that for you. Not all. Water and sewer is not always included, but it is frequently. So think about that. Imagine if you're me, I'm spending on average, I would budget, my family budget says $200 a month for the year for lawn care, water and sewer. And in a condo, you don't have that. What's the next thing to consider? How about exterior maintenance? Earlier we were talking about the roof on the building. Well, the roof on my house, it's about, it's a 2,800 square foot house, 4-bedroom. The roof is probably going to cost me about $15,000. I got a new roof in 2002 when Hurricane Isabel ripped through the area. We put a new roof on, yay, paid for by USAA, great stuff. But now, we're about 20 years into it. There's half-life on the roof. And if I'm smart, I'm creating a fund, because 20 years from now, if I'm still owning this property, I'm going to need to pay for that roof. Right? And the roof, let's say it's $15,000 roof, we spread it over, 40 years, divide by 12 months, you come out to about $31. So I should be putting in $31 into basically a maintenance reserve for the roof. That adds up. Your condo is going to do that. You as a homeowner should do that. We typically don't. Where do we realize that? We realize that when we sell it, and it's either we take advantage of the fact that it was newer and then midlife and nobody discounted the fact that the roof just lost 10 years of ownership. But at some point, somebody's going to have to recapture that cost and somebody's going to have to pay for it. If you're thinking ahead, you would actually be saving that money up. That's what you should be doing. The condo association and the HOAs, they do that type of thing for you. And that's where one of those costs are. What's another thing to consider? What about siding on your house? I got a brick home, I don't need to worry about it. Well, I got a pressure washer. So every year I'm pressure washing the house, pressure washing the deck, I'm pressure washing the driveway or the sidewalk. A lot of times I do it myself. Lately I've started to hire a guy. Why? Because Harold Rawlings does an amazing job. I call Harold and that guy really does. It's incredible. It is night and day. Like when I do a pressure wash, there's all the little lines on the sidewalk. He comes over and it's amazing because he's got the special machine, takes care of it. Well, guess what? Depending on the scope of the work, it might cost me a couple $100 or more. And I do that once a year. How much does cleaning the gutters cost? Depends on is it a single story house or a 2-story house? I clean the single story gutters, but I'm not going up on that 2.5-story ladder to clean my top gutters. That's going to cost me probably a couple $100, right? And that's once a year. So I've got cleaning the gutters, pressure washing, cleaning the sidewalk, all those different things. What about trimming the bushes, trimming the limbs? Just in the last year, what have we paid? We personally paid $1,700 to some tree folks to trim the trees. My wife's out there at least once a month trimming up the bushes and things like that. We're out there painting the shutters this year. That's all stuff taken care of by the condo association. We haven't even talked about amenities yet, right? So already we are at the point where $200 a month is actually low when it comes to your monthly budget of what you should be expecting to pay at your house as a single family homeowner. In reality, it's probably closer to $300 or maybe even $400 a month if you're paying and contracting to somebody to do all this stuff. Now, maybe you say, but I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I own a big giant ladder and I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. That's great. You're going to save all that money. And all you've done is you just traded your time for money. And if you have the time, absolutely, and that is the best thing for you. If on the other hand, you don't have the time or you don't care to spend the time, maybe you'd rather be out fishing or spend the time on the beach with family, you pay to have somebody else take care of that stuff for you. And that's where a condo comes in. So condo fees, are they really all that horrible? It depends. How is the condo association run? How is the board? Do they make wise decisions? Do they budget properly? We haven't even talked about special assessments. There's a definite risk there, as well as some of the rules that they can impose on you. Those are a different discussion. But just the general condo fees, I think we've talked about it a little bit right here, that they're not always as bad as they look right at, when you look at it right now. Just this week, we've sold 2 condos. One of them has a $280 a month fee, and the other has a $465 a month fee, right? Well, the $280, that's actually a pretty good deal considering what they get. And the $465, at first you're like, oh my God, heart attack, it's awful. Until you realize they're getting all the stuff that everybody else gets at a condo, including water, sewer, external maintenance, trash, recycling, and all that stuff. But they also got a pool, private beach, and all sorts of other stuff, right? So we just went under contract for these 2 condos, one at $465 a month, another at $280. And in the end, both of those buyers said, you know what, at that price, those condo fees actually make sense. And that's what I'm paying anyway. So there it is. All right, so if you have any questions, you want to talk some more, you think I'm out to lunch, put a comment in there. You think I'm crazy, put it in there. Tell me that condo fees are a ripoff, or tell me you're interested. All right, whatever the case is, my name's Craig Snyder. I'm your real estate wingman with Keller Williams at Town Center in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Have a great day. Bye-bye.